Welcome back, guys.
I was going to count down.
Psych, we're starting now.
Boom.
Welcome to Movie Minds, guys.
Welcome.
Are you guys ready to talk about Oscars?
Yeah.
Morbius trailer?
Yes.
And also Doctor Strange news with some strange
I don't know much
news.
about that.
Well, just stick around and you'll hear more about it.
Like every week.
Every week.
There's box office. For those who don't know what a box office is, box office are the movies. They take how much money they make and they start separating from 1 to 5 and who's from 1 to 5. And 5 comes in at Little Women, that little indie film. Is it an indie film?
It is I don't know, actually. I believe that is done by a smaller studio.
Well, we'll get into it a little bit more since we're going to talk about Oscars, and I know it's nominated for some stuff or whatever. So that came in at number 5 with $10 million. It's made $76 million so far. On number 4, we have the Tiffany Haddish and a Gabriel Byrne's comedy. It's like a girl comedy with Like a Boss with 13 million. 13 million. That's actually pretty good for that kind of movie. I'm sure it's making its money back for sure. At number 3, Jumanji, The Rock, Kevin Hart, still at number 3 with 16.2 million to add on to their already 259.8 million. At number 2, it's Star Wars. For the first week, it falls to number 2 with another 17 million to its already $480 million gross domestically. So it's been doing really good. And at number 1, 1917, this film has been getting a lot of Oscar buzz, a lot of traction when it comes to just films that people need to see due to the fact that it's just been getting a lot of great reviews as far as the story is concerned. It's a war movie. I know that Benedict Cumberbatch comes out in it and another few known stars. So I'm very looking forward to watching it. I wasn't able to go watch it this weekend. However, I did want to, but things did fall through. But number 2, Star Wars, it fell. Yeah,
man. That's kind of an interesting fall there because it is the 4th week. And from what I know, Star Wars usually is strong up until the 5th week, especially in January.
Oh, that's usually the trend. Okay.
I did not know that. This fall is a little alarming to, of course they're happy to be number 2, but Star Wars is Star Wars, y'all. That we run by other rules outside of rules that may seem unnatural.
Hey, that number 2 spot they're probably going to be at number 2 for a while. Actually, it probably goes back up to number 1.
Probably. Well, what's next week?
I don't know what comes out next week. Oh, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is next week. That's a blockbuster.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's going to stay number 2 for a while, probably another 2 weeks. So my takeaway on this is it's unfortunate not to see Just Mercy on the top 5. It did do 9.8 million for this opening week. Like, this is the week where it kind of spread out through to more film, more theaters. And it was, it's kind of sad that it didn't do more. But it did see an increase because, of course, it was released to more films, more theaters. So, but overall, 1917. I wanted to talk about this film really, really quickly.
Did you get a chance to see it?
I did see it.
Okay.
And I would highly suggest everyone go see it like right now. I think it achieves a lot of things cinematically. I just had a great ride. I didn't know what to expect when I went into this movie because I just saw some trailers and I didn't really pay attention to the story or whatever, which the story is not extremely important. I would say the story is kind of like second to the actual cinematography and the editing of the movie. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's the star of the movie in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, I think we'll talk about it a little bit more within the Oscar segment that we have coming up in the Hot Tops. But this is just one of the films, man, that a few people are going to be talking about for a while.
It deserves to be up there, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely deserving of that. You guys will see it, but it's nominated for best film. So,
well, yeah, there you have it, guys.
And it won Golden Globe Globes best film too.
The best film.
So I do see why.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. It's Little Women 5, Like a Boss 4, 3 Jumanji, 2 Star Wars, and at number 1, 1917, which comes really recommended by Mr. Ish over here. I didn't get a chance to see it, but super excited to watch it.
We should go see Mercy pretty soon.
Oh, just Mercy.
It's
gotten
that's
really great buzz too. Actually, that one's also getting really good.
That's the one I really wanted to watch, but I mean, there was so much buzz behind 1917. I just had to kind of give in to that.
Yeah, I got to go watch that movie. Definitely, 1917 is the movie that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, man. So let's go on to the next one with Hot Tops. Hot Tops. This week we have Doctor Strange director exits film due to creative differences. Variety actually reported on this. I'm not sure if they broke the news, but they were the ones that talked about it first. The studio confirms his departure in a statement attributing it to creative differences. Derrickson, who oversaw the first Doctor Strange, will remain as an executive producer. So I don't know how many of you guys know who Scott Derrickson is, but he directed the first Doctor Strange, which should be enough to, kind of tell you, why this is kind of a bad news, in my opinion. This is really big bad news for us as fans. Doctor Strange is probably one of my top 5 Marvel films. What that film did and what they brought in, how they dealt with time travel and such, amazing. I just love that film so much. Benedict was great in this film. He's such a jerk but lovable. It's just a great combination. It's like a Tony Stark of magic. It's really Iron Man 1 but with magic.
Right.
So
that's funny. I've never looked at it that way.
Yeah. So I mean, I do love that film, and it's sad to see Scott Derrickson go.
Yeah. You know what? The first time I heard this news was a little disheartening, just because you never want the original creator of a movie or the director of a movie, because they already know the pacing. They know what they did in the first one, that are going to have elements that they know that the second one's going to have elements from the first one. And so obviously you want the same director to be doing that, the nuances, things like that are important to convey in your second film. And especially as something as big as Doctor Strange too, because the first one was great. I loved the first one. I even have a poster up here. He's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. It's one that I go back to and watch. Yeah, because he was so good. He was such a good jerk. I love, in the Avengers, the Infinity War, the interaction between him and Tony Stark. They're both
price right there.
Yeah, it's like one of those. You get 2 people. You get 2 of them for the price of 1. And so, anyway. Doctor Strange was a great film. Knowing that he dropped out, obviously there's rumor. Well, there's no rumors. This is just my own take on it. I think when you deal with a world that it looks like MCU is doing, and we'll get into it with the whole Mischief, or what's his name? What's the movie we're gonna talk about? With Jared Leto. Morbius. So we get into all that, correct? And so that in itself has something to do with what I'm talking about now, because of how many directions you can go. And so because the MCU has this multiverse thing going on now, and there's just so many directions that you can take this character, before, when Doctor Strange got created, that might not have been expressed to this director, that this is where this character, they were looking for this character to go. Yeah. And so that's where you run into creative differences and things like that. I'm sure the director will work with them and say, okay, that would be cool, but this is what I want to do. And if it doesn't fit in line with what the studio wants, the people that actually give the money for the movie, if it isn't coinciding with it, then the directors have a job or a decision to make, whether they want to stay on the film and just do whatever they want for a paycheck, or exit like this director did, which, yes, it's a little disappointing, like I said, but I wonder what Kevin Feige is going to do. And the fact that MCU and Disney and Marvel have such a person to be able to rely on and fall back on, to Kevin Feige, to give him the decision of what to do after, is just such a great relief for fans like you and I.
Yeah.
And so, that's what I think. It is a little disappointing, but hey, you move on.
So let me ask you this. In this point where we're about to journey upon into the future of Marvel, do you want them to play it safe, or do you want them to take some creative risks?
I think it's really important for them to start taking creative risks, because I don't think that they're able to capture what they captured in the first place with the whole Tony Stark, Captain America, Thor. That was a dish there all ready for you, a buffet of just greatness and creativity, correct? And so it wouldn't have happened if these guys wouldn't have said, hey, let's take a risk and put all these characters together and try to make a movie out of it. And let me tell you guys something, okay, that a lot of people may not be aware of. It's very, very difficult to put so many characters into one movie and actually make the movie actually flow and be a cohesive plot, cohesive movie, pacing, etc.
Yeah.
And so for them to be able to take that risk and say, hey, you know what, we're going to spend X amount of millions of dollars to make something like this, that was a risk, and it paid off. Billion and billion. I mean, I think it's close to the hundreds of billions of dollars that this MCU universe has made so far.
Yeah.
And so right now, because they lost that in Endgame, they have to now restructure. And I think right now is the perfect time for them to start taking creative risks.
Yeah, and I asked that because I think Derrickson was trying to do that, and this is kind of what I'm worried about with Marvel, and Kevin Feige's ideas, what he's trying to shoot for. And Derrickson seems like he was going to take a lot of risks. And this is why. On his Twitter account, which, by the way, guys, if you guys are not following us, at Movie Minds and then at Darth-ish86, I tweet random stuff. And I know what Derrickson's doing here. He's venting out, because I use Twitter to vent a lot.
Okay.
I don't really, I don't try to like name drop or anything like that on stuff, but I see I get frustrated with things I see like at work or even my social gatherings,
right?
And I tweet about it, and I just it's a great platform to just kind of, I see it as an open book diary, right? So Derrickson seems like he uses Twitter like that too, and he tweeted the following: sometimes your best creative move is dangerously close to your worst. And then he said, again, you have to risk possible creative disaster to discover true creative achievement. You must be willing to creatively fail if you dare reach your creative potential.
That's great.
Some great stuff, right?
That's basically what
I absolutely agree. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm kind of worried about. This kind of just a small little window to the future of Marvel, right? And so if you look through that little keyhole that Derrickson painted or built for us, I'm a little scared to see Marvel take the safe road.
Okay.
And I hope that Marvel is not, because that's probably what happened. Derrickson's trying to take all these risks, especially with the title of Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
That sounds amazing. And so if Marvel's just gonna do simple things, I'm just kind of worried about that. So I hope Marvel is not doing that. And I'm losing this director is a bigger deal than I think most people are giving it trait. Okay. So that's my take on that.
Yeah. You know what? And you could be completely right about that. That, they didn't want to take that. Maybe they're taking this franchise, this Doctor Strange franchise, to something that has already been predetermined because of other films, is what I feel you're saying. Correct.
Right.
And so, yeah, we're just gonna have to trust Kevin Feige on that. Yes, it is disappointing that the guy left. I still feel that there's so much rich content out there to talk about when it comes to the MCU. Absolutely. And then we'll talk a little bit more about this new movie that's coming out and how it correlates. Yeah. But yes, I mean, so yeah, man, there it is. Yeah. I mean, Doctor Strange losing director. When is it supposed to come out?
Next year.
Probably next year. Yeah. So it still has time. Like I said, they probably have already a story. They just need, like I said, director just comes in and executes the storyboard that they've already have. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated.
All right, guys. So let's go on to the next hot top, which is Oscar nominations. Yeah. Which came out this morning. We're filming this Monday morning. I'm in the afternoon. And we have some big news, some snubs, right? Oscar snubs.
Right.
And so just a breakdown of the movies that we're going to be talking about in this breakdown, in this rundown. We're going to be talking about Joker, which has 11 nominations. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which has another 10 nominations. The Irishman has 10. 1917 has 10. Parasite, which I don't really know a lot about, has 6. Right. Marriage Story has 6. Little Woman has 6. Jojo Rabbit has 6, and Ford versus Ferrari has 4.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker has 3 too. just to let you guys know.
So just to kind of give you who's on there, is as the supporting actress, we have Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, which I have no idea who that is. We have Laura Dern for Marriage Story, which I did get a chance to see that.
Yes, again, Marriage Story, guys, super good. I loved that, and I see why Laura Dern.
It was good. It looked really good.
Won the award for for the Golden Globes. Yeah.
Then we have Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit.
Haven't seen it yet. Heard a lot of great stuff about Jojo Rabbit.
It looks a little unorthodox, huh? But
it's a comedy.
Right. Okay.
From Taika Waititi.
That's why I'm looking forward to it. Then we have Florence Pugh for Little Women. Like I said, they're pretty much nominated.
Gotta watch it.
Then we have Margot Robbie. For Bombshells.
Bombshells, great.
It was great.
I see why they would nominate her. Yeah. I don't think she's gonna win that though, by far.
Yeah. Who would you give it to?
I mean, I would give it to Laura Dern. As far as supporting actress, yeah, most definitely her, dude. Most definitely.
You know, someone always wins for these films that I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Little Women, and usually, But I saw a little bit of Marriage Story, and I saw Laura Dern. I think she's great in it. Yeah. I don't know who to pick, whether Margot Robbie, because I thought Margot Robbie was great in Bombshells. She was great. So good. I'll just say right now, let's do this, okay? Okay. So you're going with Laura Dern. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Margot Robbie.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's not because I love her, like. And I thought she did great.
She's fantastic. Man.
So on the supporting actor side, we have Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Okay, haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it either.
I gotta watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
I heard he's a supporting actor.
Yeah, it's a supporting actor.
Really?
Yeah, because I think the main actor in that is the actual journalist.
No way.
I think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's a supporting actor in this. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And then we have Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes.
That was so good.
Which that
was really good. Netflix.
Really?
I really enjoyed that.
You really liked it?
I really enjoyed that movie.
Just give it a little bit.
It's just the great chemistry between the two main
and what is
actors.
It about?
It's about It's pretty much based on a true story about Pope Benedict. I think it's called, how he stepped down. I think it's him. I forgot. I get my popes. Okay. Yeah, they get into that, dude. Okay. So and then the whole relationship between those two. One of the popes is trying to like reform the Catholic Church, pretty much. You know, it's pretty cool, man.
I gotta check that out, man. Yeah, well, he's definitely already an Oscar winner, Anthony Hopkins from other movies. Yeah, but he's nominated for that. And then we have Al Pacino for The Irishman, and we have Joe Pesci for The Irishman. they're going head to head.
I want to see Joe Pesci take that, dude.
Me too.
I want to see him take that all the way.
If we're going by the movie in itself, Joe Pesci was so great in The Irishman. I loved his character. I love the way he acted.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in that, man. He really was.
I felt like Al Pacino came very. I thought he was good, but I don't even feel like he should be here in this. This list, to be quite honest. But anyway, definitely Joe Pesci, and then we have Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time.
He won the Golden Globes.
Yes,
and look, I don't know if you guys remember our review on that movie, and it's on our channel. I'll add it to the end credits of this, or the end of this video. But I was underwhelmed by Brad Pitt's performance. I mean, you really liked it.
Yeah, I did.
But I was kind of like underwhelmed. I feel like they misused Brad Pitt's ability. So
I mean, they said the same thing about Margot Robbie in the movie because she didn't have very many lines.
That's true.
But I felt Brad Pitt was great in the movie. I felt the way that he not many people can pull off someone so subtle. So someone so confident in a way, but at the same time, just it was just great. I just love Brad Pitt. I don't even think that he acted. I think that's the kind of person that he is, Brad Pitt. So I loved him, and I understand why he got nominated and won the Golden Globe.
This is stacked, dude. Brad Pitt, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Tom Hanks, Anthony Hopkins. Those are some great, a lot greats.
Who would you give it to?
I don't know.
We got to pick one.
Man.
I'm going to give it to Joe Pesci, dude. I'll go first, and I'm going to give it to Joe Pesci. Who do I want to win? I want Brad Pitt to win, to be quite honest. I want Brad Pitt to win, but I know that Joe Pesci will win, I think. I think that's who will win.
I think Anthony Hopkins might take it. It might be like a secret ambush by Anthony Hopkins, because he did really well. I really liked it, but I have a feeling for Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks is probably going to take this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's interesting, and I completely warrant it because they're great actors. Yeah. And so,
What's next for you?
So for the next one, we have lead actress.
Okay.
Lead actress, we have Cynthia Erivo in Harriet, which I heard was great. Didn't get a chance to see it though. But that's the first one. Then we have Scarlett Johansson for A Marriage Story.
Dude, I liked her a lot, but you're gonna read off some more, and I just love that movie. I really loved her. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. It really is.
That I watched, she was wow. Yeah. I'm like, I felt the realist, like that was some real acting. You know?
Yep.
So it was, Scarlett came.
She's grown so much over the years, man. She's just amazing now,
for sure. And so at the third one we have is Saoirse Ronan with Little Women. Again, that movie. And then on fourth place we have another one. Wow. Charlize Theron and
that's the one. That's look, I haven't seen Judy. Judy's the one that won the Golden Globe.
Right, Judy.
But I give my money right now to
is also nominated.
And Charlize Theron. I definitely give it to her, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Charlize, only because of what she was able to do with the character of Megyn Kelly. I mean, she completely transformed.
Her mannerisms, like the way her speech patterns were great. It just amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Charlize is
and then she had a prosthetic on. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, her nose.
Her nose. And you see the film, and you're just like.
Great film, by the way.
How does she look like that? Yeah. And you don't even know. You can't even tell what she's done, but there is some enhancements in some areas.
Yeah.
She did great. I love Charlize in this film.
Yeah.
I felt she really captured Megyn Kelly, only because I've been a fan of Megyn Kelly, and I've been watching her for a while.
I catch her on and off. I don't watch Fox News a lot, but when I have, her shows. I mean, her segments are the best for me.
And she's a very pretty lady, but honestly, it's her point of view that really I loved. I love the way that she would just, relay and convey her messages on the news. However, whatever happened there to its own, I feel like John Lithgow did a great job in that movie, and he's not on.
I think that's a snub right there. For sure.
I think that's a snub too, because he completely.
He did really
I was
good.
Like, wow, dude, he really went there. I was like, man, he deserved one, but he didn't get one. So anyway, we got Bombshell, and then I guess Renee Zellweger with Judy Ann, which I have not seen.
Not seen it. I actually want to see it because I heard good things about it. So
is it a theatrical release or is it streaming?
It's a theatrical.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen it then. Okay. So who do you have for them? I have Charlize. You said
Charlize.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Both on Charlize. Lead actor, we have Antonio Banderas with Pain and Glory, which that was a kind of surprise for me when I heard he was nominated. Me too. I've not seen Pain and Glory.
Is Pain and Glory the one on Netflix?
I think it's on a streaming service.
Is it really? Is it the one that? Let me look it up.
Not sure, but. I've always loved Antonio Banderas. I thought, I'm a big The Mask of El Zorro fan, man. I'm like, I love Antonio Banderas. And it's not just because he's Latin or Hispanic like me. But he did great.
No, it's not on Netflix.
We also have everybody's favorite guy, Leonardo DiCaprio, with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, Leo's definitely the star in this movie.
I don't think he'll win it though, but
I don't think he's gonna win it either because I don't think he deserves it.
I don't think he deserves it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And then we have Adam. Oh my God, Adam Driver in Marriage Story. Guys, I did not see this movie completely. Okay, but the pieces that I watched. Okay, I saw like certain scenes.
Look,
I was blown away with this guy's acting skill. I was crazy. It was crazy.
I want to say Adam Driver made me cry twice this year. Once as this father, and another time as Ben Solo when he was talking to Han Solo. And spoiler alert, he was talking to Han Solo at that one scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys cried too. Don't lie to me. Like 3 people told me that they cried in that scene.
There was a tear that came out of my eye. Absolutely
amazing for Adam Driver. He's
Marriage Story, amazing. Right, man? The pieces that I watched, the scenes that I watched were so powerful, man. I was blown away with his.
It really was.
So he might be one of those that just creep in and take it away because it was that good. So that we have him, and then we have Jonathan Pryce with the 2 Popes.
Again, 2 Popes, amazing stuff. I think Jonathan Pryce was definitely the star of the movie. He was so hopeful, and his portrayal of conflict within oneself was spot on. So I love that.
Yeah, I love his acting. I haven't seen the movie. And then last, but definitely not least, and my favorite to win this Oscar is Joaquin Phoenix with Joker.
Yep.
Guys, what can I tell you? I'm super impressed with everybody on this list. However, there's just this little nudge, this little that you just can't pick anyone else but Joaquin in this. You just really can't. And yes, I loved Adam Driver in that movie, in Marriage Story, but what Joaquin did with this character, it's gonna win. I feel it's gonna win. I want it to win.
It better win, in my opinion. I think no one else deserves it more than him.
Agree,
So I do see him as the winner. I know he got locked up not too long ago. Maybe his method acting took him too far.
So, no, they were protesting something that
for environmental.
Yeah, environmental. So when you get locked up for that, guys, you really don't get frowned upon that much.
Yeah, praise you actually for that.
They do. So Joaquin, man, that's crazy.
So I can't wait to see him on stage and accept it. And I hope
he deserves it, man.
He deserves it
a lot.
He has such an amazing history.
And when he's been nominated, he didn't win for his role as Commodus and Gladiator.
Oh, that's
and he should. That movie in itself.
Dude, I hated that fool in that movie.
And someone else won that, and I'm like, wow. I'm sure he was like that. I mean,
I don't think Joaquin cares, to be quite honest with you.
I don't think he does either. But it's just so hard. I love his interviews because he makes them so awkward.
Yeah,
he makes the
most awkwardest people in Hollywood, for sure.
I really like him a lot. But that's who we have on the lead actor nomination. So I think we're both with the Joaquin Phoenix on Joker. And for the best picture, we have Ford versus Ferrari, which you got to see. I didn't.
Yes,
I heard very great things.
Love it, but I don't see it winning at all. It deserves to be on this list. But I had, a few issues with it and stuff, pacing issues with it. But overall, it deserves to be there.
For those who don't know, Ford versus Ferrari, it's Christian Bale and Matt Damon. They're both, are going to be racing certain cars from their own country. It's kind of one of those movies, but it's gotten very, very good reviews.
I'm surprised that Christian Bale's not on the supporting role as an actor.
Oh, really?
I think they should have.
You feel
I think he got snubbed on that one. At least a nomination would have been great. But that's great. Just my opinion.
He's just a great actor, so that's why it's hard. And then so at number 2 we have The Irishman, which is wow. I mean, no surprise there, huh?
Nope.
One of the best movies. Very, very long, guys. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to watch that movie again at one sit down. I think I'll probably...
should make it into a Netflix series or something.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely probably watch increments of it here and there. But great movie and definitely very worthy of being there, correct?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. It's not my favorite Scorsese film, but it's definitely a Scorsese film, so that's good enough to be on the top.
Yeah. All right. And number 3, we got Jojo Rabbit with Taika Waititi's directing.
Gotta see it. I'm making sure that I watch all of these films before the Oscars.
Is this like a Hail Caesar kind of? That's what I
don't know. I didn't watch Hail Caesar either, so
I didn't like Hail Caesar with George Clooney, but we have Little Women, and again, we don't know very much about it. It's one of those films that are
gonna watch it though for sure.
Those older films kind of feel. Don't know very much about it.
Yeah, me either.
And then we have Marriage Story, which is absolutely deserving of being there for the little bit that I watched.
It's one of my favorite ones.
Movie, and it's up there, man. I mean, the acting in this is incredible. From what I've seen so far, and the story looks really, really good. 1917 is there.
I agree. I think it should definitely be up there. I don't know if it should win though. I don't think it's deserving of that. Because like I said before, I think the editing and the cinematography is really the star of the film, and I guess the actors are fine or whatever, but maybe the script as well. I do like the script, so I don't know. There's a few things. It's just for me, best picture is hitting best actor, best best screenplay, best cinematography. Yeah. It's like a combination of things, and I just think 1917. I don't think it deserved to win best film and Golden Globes, especially in Oscars. Not even.
Well, it won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I mean, I'm sure that helps. It's
it did shift the tide to itself. So
then we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Tarantino.
Another good one. What's long? I don't see myself watching it as much as I watch like other Tarantino films. So
I don't think I'll watch Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
I mean,
good though.
It's good. And then we have Parasite, and then also Parasite, which is the
yes, I was gonna say that. It looks pretty interesting.
I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's just
I gotta check
like
some of these films out
before
the Oscars.
Yeah, it's just a life story about
the road to the Oscars, guys.
Yeah. Yep.
And then last but not least, we
Joker.
have Joker.
Joker needs to win it. Like if Joker does not win this, it's gonna start like a riot, and you're gonna have a bunch of Jokers on the streets. No, the Oscars and the committee, I forgot what are they called. You guys need to get Joker the prize. Right. Like I didn't necessarily like the whole film. Like there's a lot of things I think I liked at least less than most people. But I think it should win. It achieved a lot of things in my opinion. Especially on the acting side. I think the acting side was just amazing, incredible, and the screenplay that I forgot his name wrote was just something else, man. And so I think it should Todd Phillips. They should definitely get that going for them. So Todd Phillips should win for best director too. So I just want to say that.
Yeah. I didn't go through the directors ones, but but we have Martin Scorsese, basically his competition in the whole thing. Yeah, Todd Phillips and Martin Scorsese. And so anyway, Joker definitely should win. There's just really no competition, guys. This Todd Phillips achieved something that most directors don't. In Joker, which was a feeling of you were able to create a fictional character and bring it to life at that scale. And with that kind of story, make no mistake about it, this film works because Joaquin Phoenix is just that great. That the direction, everything was great, but with no Joaquin, I don't believe that there's another actor that could have pulled this off the same way that Joaquin Phoenix did.
Not like that.
And so for that, amongst over all of them, I still haven't even seen 1917, but Joker needs to win this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, this Oscar. Absolutely. So,
There absolutely. We go. Yeah. I just want to give a quick plug to the best screenplay, which is like an original screenplay prize for like an original story and those other stuff. And Knives Out by Rian Johnson was nominated, and I 100% agree that it should be nominated. It might not win it because I think Marriage Story is probably just a better written movie. But man, I'm so glad to see Knives Out on it. On that list, because it totally deserves it. Go watch Knives Out when you can, guys. So good.
I gotta watch it. But yeah,
it's breaking records right now too. Like
yeah,
Knives
man,
Out.
It's like the longevity in Knives Out is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man.
It's I think it's at number 10. Yeah, it's number 10 in the box office with another 6 million.
The word is spreading, guys.
I got a text right now from a friend asking us about Uncut Gems, and I think we talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, so just quick. I mean, a lot of people say that Adam Sandler got snubbed for that.
Yes, he did.
Do you think so?
I do think I think there's other people that are on that list that did worse than that did. I feel that I shouldn't say that way. Mm-hmm. I mean, Adam Sandler did better than them because they did great as well. Yeah. I think Adam Sandler, what he achieved in this film Uncut Gems was I think that's to some degree his personality. Mm-hmm. And it's just when you go through a story with someone that has such a problem, such an addiction to gambling and to BS people, and you make a whole film about it. And you throw in some really cool scenarios, it's going to work. And it's really good. And I really liked it. It had me stressed the heck out. Yeah. But I really, really enjoyed it. And because, again, you can't do this film with nobody else than Adam Sandler. He was just that good in it. I really enjoyed him. Cool. I feel that he should have been on this list to some degree, somehow, somewhere. But again, it's tough, guys. It's so many good acting jobs that they did here, and to put him in there, I definitely do agree though that he should be there.
Yeah,
just because he did really good.
Because
you haven't seen it yet, right?
No, I haven't, and I wish Adam Sandler would get a nomination.
I just like the guy too. I like it.
Yeah, me too. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. I haven't seen it, but it would have been cool if he would have gotten a
very good movie. Kevin Garnett does a really good job in it as well. For the little that he comes out in, he serves his purpose, and the story is pretty cool, man. It's cool, believable, definitely believable.
Cool,
and I think it might even be a true story to some degree.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Anyway,
all right, guys. So let's go on to trailer talk. Trailer talk, which is something that just came out this morning. I heard that we were going to get this trailer, and it's Morbius, released by Sony Pictures in conjunction with Marvel Studios. Same
they made sure
production, and production that brought you Spider-Man: Far From Home, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Venom. Anything else that I'm missing? And so they're bringing you this new not original, but new villain centric movie, and it came out with Jared Leto, by the way.
Oscar-winning Jared Leto.
Oscar-winning Joker, sucky Jared Leto.
Yeah. Well,
30 Seconds to Mars.
There was 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah. So that's so funny, right?
He has fantastic hair, though. Have you seen his hair?
Yeah.
He has great hair. I have not seen that guy with horrible hair, even when it's messed up. I know it sounds a little gay, but I'm not saying that in that way.
It's okay if you are.
He says
we're in a judge. We're in a safe spot here.
Yeah, man. I love Jared Leto, man. He's cool. So, what are your thoughts about this trailer, dude?
Yeah, this was a surprise to me when I saw it. I didn't know it was coming. Loved it. Love the trailer. Love the intrigue that it had behind it. Obviously, they make a point to make sure that they're affiliated with Marvel Studios and the MCU, and so that's fine. I mean, I don't mind it, but you could tell that they did it purposely because of that. Almost, writing the tales of MCU.
Dude.
That Sony is doing, and you have to some degree. That's fine. The movie in itself, it's gonna be a brand new adaptation that a lot of people don't know about this character. I don't know very much about him either. It's going to be one of those kind of Galaxy of the Guardians thing, I think, that not a lot of people know about it, but it's going to come and it's going to do well. I really think it will do well.
I think it's going to do amazing.
And because the trailer looked really good, I love the actors that they chose to be in it. And the ending of this trailer was really cool,
dude.
So we see Michael Keaton, Vulture. So we know that they are
from Homecoming,
from
right?
Homecoming. Yeah. And if you guys remember Homecoming, the last or the extra scene in Homecoming is Michael Keaton's Vulture is in prison and he has an interaction with one of the inmates, making you feel basically that he's coming back to some degree. And so here we see him again, and which makes you think whether they were thinking about this character already back in the Homecoming Spider-Man days. Which I'm assuming they did. I'm assuming they had an idea of what they were going to do to some degree. Love the movie. I love Jared Leto. I love that they just showed you. This is what I'm talking about when you create suspense there, movie trailer guys. You don't show him completely, just a little bit, maybe just to kind of get a little glimpse at him, but makes you excited. We didn't see him we saw his face kind of like we saw it in a dark shadow. Loved it. I love how much they showed us. Loved where it's going. Super excited for it. Fantastic move with, pairing those two together, knowing that it's going to be somewhere in the Tom Holland world.
Yeah. I loved this trailer so much. I did not expect it to be this good. I was all for Morbius. By the way, Morbius is a vampire villain of Spider-Man that has he's a doctor that he has a blood condition, and he's been experimenting with different genetic solutions to cure himself, and he runs into bats and he becomes Batman, but the evil kind. So it's such a great, it has a lot of mythology involved, including Dracula. It crosses over with Blade.
I'm looking forward to
that whole universe. It's all crossed over,
and we know that they already picked Blade. Who's going to be Blade? With the guy. His name is Muhammad Ali or something like that from Moonlight.
Which looks great. Perfect casting.
Perfect casting, obviously.
I'm really hoping that Marvel really takes on more Morbius, because this looks so promising. Spider-Man movies have been great. Venom, a lot of people liked it. I didn't really enjoy that much. I mean, it was cool. It was cool, but a lot could be done with it.
I love that this character right here, they're putting in the Spider-Man world. Yeah. We've not seen a character this evil or this dark that that Peter's gone against. Right. And so the fact that they're doing that, and this is where I feel that Kevin Feige and Disney are giving Sony some creative freedom, so they can do some of their stuff too, and they both kind of meet in the middle, because that whole Stark stuff, that's not really Disney's.
But there's so much room for it though.
There is, absolutely.
That's what we want, man.
And this probably is the door or the little wall that's being knocked down to be able to cross. And I don't know about you guys, man, but if this movie, so let's go to the future. If this movie is as great as I think it's gonna be, and it has some kind of Spider-Man innuendo in there about Peter Parker or Tom Holland, whatever. How excited are we gonna be for the next Spider-Man? Bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
How excited are we gonna be to see this film? What's it called again? I'm sorry, Morbius. Morbius. It's genius if they're able to pull it off, which I completely 100% believe that they are.
Yeah.
They have to throw in that Spider-Man little something in there more.
Right, yeah.
To get really excited for the next Spider-Man. Yeah. Everybody's going to be excited, but I'm just saying they want to create this new MCU world, dude.
Yeah.
And this is going to help it. I think this is what's going to
Absolutely. I'm really excited for Sony. I'm really proud of them sticking with an idea that maybe didn't work at first, but they adjusted and they readjusted certain things, because this was supposed to be happening with what's his guy's the last Spider-Man?
Okay.
Adam, what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
His Spider-Man was supposed to be introducing what's called Sinister Six. At the very end of Spider-Man 2, you'll see like
the Rhino,
and all these other people. They were just rushing, trying to expand the world. But Sony now, people don't like that.
Yeah, no, you give them everything too quick.
Yeah, exactly. So now they're building one by one. First, they went out with Venom, which is a big character. You could see that there's even a subworld for that. Of course, every single character has its own potential for that. Morbius has a great world of vampire underworld type of deal. Amazing, man. Cool. I'm really excited. I really thought they were going to drop the ball on this. Seriously, it could still suck.
Yeah,
but it looks very promising. So I'm really happy for Sony's, method and adjusting. This is how you do it. I hope that Warner Brothers is watching, because they've been able to rebound from a bunch of mistakes, and now they seem very, very promising. Of course, they're doing it on Marvel's, shoulders, of course, but still, this is something that Warner Brothers can really learn from. And I hope they learn it with Joker, because I think they have Joker's success to really move forward with. So, this is a great day. This is a great day for comic books. I know a lot of people are not really looking into Morbius a lot, because it's probably not really popular, what you said about, it being Guardians of the Galaxy level known. But there's a lot of potential, man, and I'm excited.
Looking forward to it, man, especially with the whole Tom Hardy thing, Venom. I'm sure, I don't know what they're going to do, but my understanding is they're also going to be, colliding worlds there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And so it's a very promising future for the MCU.
I'm excited.
Kevin Feige is such a, if everything works out the way that I'm thinking in my head, that Venom comes in with Tom Hardy, then this new character, Tom Holland, and then we have the Eternals coming eventually. They're on the road, guys, and listen to me right now, okay? I don't know what episode this is. They are on the road to create another Avenger type feel to where they are able to say, we need another Avengers team.
Yeah.
And boom, they go out and do it. And the same excitement as the first phase of what happened in the MCU can happen moving forward with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think they're going to go down the road of Sinister Six type of deal.
I think X-Men is also going to be something.
That could be something that they could venture in, but it's under Fox. So Marvel has full control of that, not Sony.
No. What I'm saying is Disney.
Oh yeah.
That they're able now.
Right. But I think what Sony's doing is they're going to be doing the Avengers thing, but with villains, and so you'll have their tentpole like film, Sinister Six.
Man. Imagine that, dude. That two different studios, Disney and Sony. One is focusing on making the Avengers of villains, and the other one's focusing on making the Avengers of heroes.
Yeah.
And that there's going to be one movie where they come all together.
That's great.
Woo!
That's how you build it. That's how you do it, man.
I think we're giving you guys too much ideas there.
Vision right there, buddies.
You guys better cut me a check.
Give us a check, swindlers.
No, good stuff, man. I'm super excited for movies, man. 2020 looks super promising.
Yeah, man. So all right,
guys. Well,
don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Let us know what you guys are excited about.
Yeah, you guys been commenting, man. I've been checking out the videos that you guys been commenting. That's great. Great questions. Great. Bring them in. Keep them coming. Please. Don't forget to press the little like button for us. And you guys, please stay
movie minded. Yeah. Peace. Swindlers.